raw dog it.
Will's raw dogging his ears tonight. Wait, yeah.
Raw dogging with my ears.
Yeah. Why does it sound... Sounds a little bit loud, but...
Testy.
Test. The volume was good here, so I'm not gonna...
Yeah.
Not gonna learn my lesson last time. Okay, Will's raw dogging his ears. We're raw dogging our throats with new drinks.
Alani Seltz.
We're bringing the Alani Seltz. We're bringing the Trulies. We are bringing the...
Alani makes me feel like a...
White Claw vodka and soda.
Like a it girl.
Yes. Alani was one of... Oh, dang it. What's her name now?
Addison Rae.
Yes. Alani is the Addison Rae Investor 1. And so I say a prayer every time I have one of her energy drinks. I just say a quick thank you up to her because the regular purple flavored one, oh my gosh, so good. And
what's
then,
the flavor?
I don't know what it is.
Oh.
It's just a nice, something about it is nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then they came through freaking Halloween with the caramel apple
sucker.
Caramel apple sucker. If you were born in 1984 or 85, and
or 90,
and you remember the overwhelming
apple
phenomena that was caramel apple suckers for a while. Oh
they
my
were
gosh,
good.
Those were so good, and the energy drink was good. And so now we get the Alani seltzers, and we'll bring you more seltzers throughout.
Mine is peach, please, and it is surprisingly tastes more like natural peach than it does peach rings. I was expecting peach ring flavor.
This is shaved ice, and this is definitely tasting
strawberry shaved ice.
Yeah, it's strawberry shaved ice, but it's maybe has a little bit of coconut in it or something.
What?
Yeah, maybe that's why it says Hawaiian.
Coconut or Coke?
No, not Coke.
It says Hawaiian shaved ice?
Yeah, it says Hawaiian shaved ice, and I wonder
which I thought had coconut milk on it.
I didn't know what I was getting into, but now I get it, and now it's not weird to me because
like a juicy peach from Tacoma boys.
Dude, there's a lot of juicy peaches in Tacoma.
Boys. Listen up. No,
Wait,
I found out.
What did I say? Oh yeah, chocolate honeys.
Oh yeah. Dude, yeah, on Beale Street.
Go back to the Memphis episode 1.
There is a Tacoma Boys I found out not far from my house, which is nice because my last house.
Oh, it's not just one?
Right there. It's not just one. There's one closer to the South Hill Mall.
What do they got? They got the produce. They got the flowers. They got what else?
Pots.
Oh, pot.
Lots of pots.
Yeah.
Lots of seasoning. They do a lot of their own seasoning.
Oh.
And then a lot of wine and beer. And then they have their own butcher. It wasn't an H Mart though. It was Paldo World.
Paldo World?
Yeah. PAL-DO World. And it was probably like it's a not fancy H Mart.
Yeah. And that was by you somewhere?
Yeah, like Lakewood. I think it was like 15 or 20 minutes from me. Because I don't live in Lakewood.
It was months ago we talked about like Asian market stores, and I always think like I gotta go.
There was like
there's find
just the craziest stuff that I don't even know what it was. Besides all the good stuff, I got short ribs there, and I got sushi salmon there, and tried to make my own sushi.
Yeah,
that was more just on a whim. I didn't have all the things to make it, and it turned into a giant mess. But I just like shoveled it into my mouth.
But I've heard there's some like Asian food staples that are like way cheaper at the store too. Besides, being able to get a bunch of stuff.
You can get like the giant bags of rice for super cheap compared to the regular store.
Yeah,
and other stuff. But like this one, Paldo World, had a ton of fresh seafood and meat and stuff. And it's like every part, like You go over to like the beef and it's like all the normal cuts, and then it's like also like the liver and the tongue and everything else. It's pretty crazy. That happened last time.
The liver and the tongue, yeah.
And then there was this other thing. I don't even know what it was. It looked like peanut butter, but it was in like a to-go clear thing that you would see like a World Market, or not World Market. What's that place called? Whole Foods.
Ginger or something?
It looked like a container from Whole Foods, like the plastic clear, but it was just completely full and it looked like peanut butter, but it was like egg corn something paste.
Just a random paste.
I didn't even go through all of the like more packaged items, like not fresh stuff.
Okay, I'll say this. What that reminds me of is a piece of my cooking repertoire that I have definitely not adventured into, but I would like to. Sauces.
Same.
Are you feeling the same?
Yeah.
Because when I think of
like, you want to take a sauce class with me where you learn about the mother sauces?
Maybe. Mother sauces? Is that a thing?
Yeah. It's like all staples. The sauces are based off of these.
Why are you so loud tonight?
Sauces. Because I don't have headphones in, maybe. Maybe I should never use headphones.
You're talking normal. I like it.
Maybe it's the headphones. So maybe I should have never used headphones for the last 2 years.
Yeah, but that's 2 years where you should be used to listening to yourself talk.
I hate listening to myself talk. The French mother sauces.
Oh, yeah, this sounds familiar.
Known as grandes sauces in French. A group of sauces upon which many other sauces, aka daughter sauces or petites sauces, are based. And they are bechamel, a white sauce based on milk, thickened with a white roux. Espagnole.
It's always the roux.
A brown sauce based on brown stock reduction and thickened with a brown roux. Typically includes roasted bones, bacon, and tomato. Tomato sauce. Got too much onion in the tomato sauce. Veloute, or something like that, which is French for velvety, is a clear stock reduction, thickened with a white roux. A clear stock is made from unroasted bones. And then the greatest of these, what is that, the term? From the Bible. the greatest commandments. And the greatest of these is?
The least of these.
Mayonnaise.
Oh.
An emulsion of egg yolk and oil, served cold and flavored with lemon juice, vinegar, and seasoning.
Yeah, I was thinking like in a place like, I think, well, you could think of like Mexican food.
So the original Le Guide de Culinaire did not include hollandaise as a grand sauce, but separately described mayonnaise as some version of that.
I was going to say, like, in Cambodia, it's like you have some of the same ingredients a lot, so it's like the sauce makes a thing. But if you think of, like, Mexican food, like, there's the old Jim Gaffigan bit where he, like, worked at a Mexican restaurant, and the people are asking, like, what's a taco, what's a burrito, what's a tostada? Yeah, and every time he's just, tortilla with meat, cheese, vegetable. Yeah. Tortilla with meat, cheese,
rice,
vegetable.
Beans, meat, cheese, vegetable.
And yeah, it's the sauce that makes the meal. And that's what I think about cooking at home. It's like I try to not be the guy who just, you have, like when you buy groceries, especially with groceries getting more expensive, you sort of have to buy, you buy your staples, but you also buy what's on sale or whatever. And it might not necessarily be the thing you cook all the time. Maybe you cooked it once or twice or whatever. but getting better at the basic skills of cooking, and whether that's sauces or something else, you tend to like just stay away from it, and pretty soon, like 3 years, I've never made
Tomato
gravy
sauce.
before or something like that. But
Yeah, I've never made gravy before either. Still.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really like
Like for us, we always
gravy,
get salmon, trying to get those
omega-3 fatty acids.
Omega-3 fatty acids in that little baby brain. And so it's like, how can I make it differently without going too crazy? Different sauces or glazes or whatever.
Yeah, you just got to get out of your comfort zone. Well, you got to make time. You got to have the effort to do it.
Did I already talk about my dinner that I made on here?
You got to be, the hard part about cooking something new is you got to be willing to, screw it up.
Yeah.
And that's the hard part.
But then I think the more you do stuff like that, you learn what goes together and what doesn't, and you get some different techniques for flavors. That's what I've learned for myself.
Exactly.
Did I talk about my dinner on here?
Tonight?
My dinner I did a dinner party. I made for 6 people. I made a dinner, and I did a little menu. I wanted it to be official, not fish like salmon. I wonder if I can find the old picture.
Wait, you made a menu?
Yeah.
Who was it for? Name the 6.
Todd, Sarah, Troy, Cena.
Yeah.
Because we had all talked about doing it a long time ago, so it finally came to fruition.
Okay, so you made a little menu and everything, printed it out, that kind of thing?
Yep. And why can't I find the pics? So it was a bunch of things that some things I'd been wanting to make and try, and this was like a reason to do it. And then some things
that's
were
what I
just
like doing.
Filler.
Having a reason. Oh, fancy.
Started off with an amuse-bouche.
Okay.
Which is like a 1-bite appetizer when you sit down at the table. And if you remember back to the Caviar episode, season 1, I recreated the appetizer from Woodblock in Redmond, where Lauren and I had our first Valentine's dinner. Parmesan crisp with creme fraiche and radish and black pepper, topped with whitefish caviar.
Did you have an occasion for this meal, or it was just...
Because we had been planning it forever, or talking about it forever. And then I did a beet salad, which was arugula, beets, dried cranberries, goat cheese, and a fig vinaigrette that I made. And then red wine braised short ribs. So I got the short ribs at Paldo World.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that was really good. And actually pretty easy because you just throw it all in the Dutch oven thing and cook it for 3 hours. And then we got mini ramekins for our wedding registry. So I did mini little creme brulees.
Ramekins sounds like something from like Lord of the Rings to me.
Yeah. And then I also...
Like one of the, like maybe those big elephants or something.
Yeah.
The ramekins! They're at the wall!
Or I think it's the ramekin is like a part of the wall. Protect the ramekins! But I also did a potato pave, which is a bunch of thinly sliced potatoes. And these ones were dipped in a rosemary cream before they were cooked. And then you smash them down
dipped in lava
in the fridge.
Burnt?
You smash them down in the fridge and let them harden overnight, and then you cut them into squares. And that's where the pave is from, the same word for pavers. So they're supposed to be like little bricks. And then you fry it real quick until you get crispy edges all over those little thin edges. And then the inside's still soft and creamy. And then I roasted carrots in the blood of their ancestors in carrot juice.
Ugh.
And then you add browned butter to the carrot juice and make a sauce out of it. Reduce it down to a sauce.
Reduce it. Recycle, reduce, reuse, and close the loop.
Captain Planet.
That's a weird...
He's a hero.
That's a weird key. Gonna take Pollution down to zero. He's a power magnified, and he's fighting on the planet side.
Mm-hmm.
Captain Planet.
They had such cool outfits.
Wind.
I always
Water.
I always imagined Captain Planet being the grown-up version of Skeeter from Doug, because they're both green, bluish green, teal.
Yeah, I did watch a lot of Captain Planet. But anyways, yes, on the cooking tip, well, that meal looked good. That was definitely more effort than I would put in for anything.
Well, also, like, it was fun for me. You know?
Yeah.
I want to do it again.
Are we getting rain sounds?
Yeah, it's very rainy. This is the meditation calming episode.
So, listener, you're hearing some rain sounds. Apologies. Actually, I don't apologize.
I want to do it again and have you guys over. But I was wondering if you wanted to do it with or without children. Because I know they don't love trying new foods.
Oh, they're pretty good. Landon's really good. He'll have whatever.
Yeah.
Declan is just... well, if you literally had a menu that I knew even a couple hours beforehand,
yeah,
you know, I could supplement. You know, if something was like, he'll be able to eat all this, or no, maybe we can. Yeah. I'll bring him an extra little something.
Yeah, it was fun, and I did a lot of prep beforehand. Like, not obviously, I guess to everyone. The potatoes you cooked the night before, then they harden in the fridge overnight. So those were like mostly done. You just have to fry them up real quick. The carrots I cooked before people showed up. The beef ribs were in for 3 hours, like before people showed up. And the creme brulee did the night before. Then you just put the sugar on it.
Right.
When you serve it. Caramelize it.
Yeah, you got to either prep, you got to have a sous chef.
Yeah. So I was all prepped.
You want to be the chef so you can just do the fun stuff.
Where's the lamb sauce? You donkey.
You donkey.
So yeah, I was served it all, and then like they're trying to help, and I was like, sit down. I said, this is my love language, my love to you. So sit down and accept it.
I have some things to clear up with you.
Oh, with me personally?
Yeah, with you personally.
Oh boy.
And one of the things that has stuck with me since the last time you were over, and
by the way, this is our first pod when it's light outside in a long time.
That is true. Last time, earlier tonight, Will was here, and I played a little bit of Horizon freaking Forbidden West. I was shooting some machines. I never played the first one, so I don't know what is contiguous from the first one to the second one.
Mm-hmm.
And so
I played the first one like so long ago.
And you were saying like, I was surprised because you were like, oh, can't you do the whatever? And I was like, well,
shoot him in the eyeball.
I guess the second one is like the first one then. But
the battle mechanics seemed similar.
Yeah. First of all, there's too many stinking things you can shoot and things you can wear and things you...
I saw that, and I think I remember I pretty much only used, it was like a very like high-powered like sniper type arrow. I use that a lot. Yeah,
I will tell you, I'm using like three things most of the time. Yeah. And then if it's like, if the bad guy's like a big deal.
Yeah, that's why I think you run into some bosses that have like their better defenses of certain different types of attacks or whatever. So that's when you have to switch it up. But most of the time, you just rock.
So you press L1 and you have like 7 choices on your wheel or whatever, or 6. But then those 6 choices might have 3 things within the choices. So you might have 18 choices.
That looks like more than I remember.
So you got 18 choices on your weapon, arrow, or spear, or blastling, or rope caster, or
the rope caster.
What's a spinner discs or whatever. And then you have on your right and left D-pad, you have all your traps.
Oh, I'd never use a trap.
Use a trap like twice.
Yeah.
But you have all your traps, but then you also have your potions and your healing and stuff. But there's a bunch of stuff down there that you can place.
Yeah.
And then it's like you might be fighting like 3 different types of things. And then if you want, you can stop and switch out your weapons, switch out your armor, switch out your this or that or whatever. And it just gets a little bit like...
it lets you switch mid battle.
I do like that.
Because there's some games where like you pause or like you bring up the inventory screen and the world is still moving and you're getting attacked.
Yeah. But anyways, I've been getting the hang of it. I've been playing it too much. I didn't see my total play time, but it's up there right now.
So is mine, but I only play it when I'm out of town.
But I play mine late at night and sometimes early in the morning. But you said something last time that has been bothering me, and I need to figure out what you mean. And you said I do my camera like an old person, and I wondered what you meant by that. Because now every time I move my left stick,
I think,
my right stick, whichever.
I think if I remember right, like you were too busy doing your other movements that like the camera was always like lagging behind.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're looking, your aiming and your camera movement are not synced.
Oh, freaking yeah! When you saw that last time, I was like,
the first time you were playing.
Exactly. I was like 2 hours in.
But like you'd be like running up a hill and the camera would be looking like straight above you at your feet and you like can't really see where you're going.
I know. It took me a while to just get used to like, 4 fingers doing things separately.
Yeah.
You got to look at 6 places on the screen to figure out what you're doing. It seems sort of overwhelming. But yeah, like I said, then you get down to like, okay, you're doing your 3 weapons, you do this during a fight, you run, blah, 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 blah.
That's what I think of when I think of camera like an old person is like you're running, like, a different part of your brain is trying to like put the camera behind you and it's lagging. It's falling behind like when you're running around.
I do catch
in a third person type.
I do catch myself even in like a battle, all of a sudden Landon will be like, the guy's right there. Because I'm trying to like switch to whatever.
Yeah. I could see that. You also did you switch? You have it set to inverted camera. You're still on that or no?
Yeah, I told you that's how I learned.
Maybe that's the problem.
I got to switch every time I go into freaking Minecraft. I got to switch it to inverted.
Yeah, maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's not.
It makes sense to me. It's like when freaking Apple came out with their natural scrolling, and it was backwards.
Oh, I think I remember that. Yeah, it's like you leaned it forward and it went
it's
down.
Like
and
you scroll, you swipe your hand down and the screen goes up, or you
it was
or you swipe up and it goes down.
It was unnatural because now it's the new natural to scroll down and it goes down or whatever.
Yeah, so I don't know. I was like, maybe there's a new way of doing the camera or whatever.
I think it's all because you played a lot of GoldenEye on Nintendo 64.
Was that inverted?
Yeah.
It was more...
Or you did it inverted. I don't remember.
Things used to be inverted.
I feel like... Yeah, because you didn't have these same like open third-person views before.
Because I brought up like Flight Simulator. That's how a lot of things started in the beginning. Like pull down. If you go down on the joystick, you're pulling your...
And I think, what was I playing? Lego Star Wars and all this. When you're in the plane, the controls are like that.
Oh.
It's off. There's like an axis around the plane. And so it's like going around like that.
But if you've done it that way your whole life, it's just every once in a while you run across a game where you can't switch. And it's so challenging. I think there was a couple Wii things like that. No, because I'm an OG gamer. Freaking Doom 1.
I feel like it makes more
1.0.
sense in a first person than it does a third person.
I don't know, man.
Because it's all like, where is the axis that you're moving up and down on?
It's just how you look. Yeah.
Because to me, like when it's inverted, you're pushing down like on a teeter-totter on one side and the other side's coming up. That's inverted to me when it comes to video games.
The teeter-totter, the most basic toy ever known to man.
But it's like if you're just using a cursor on a screen, if you want to go up, it goes up or whatever. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. And it's just like whatever you get used to, man.
True. Yeah,
you can put on glasses that make you see the world upside down, and your brain will get used to it.
Yep.
Your brain just learns.
And there's people that learn to play like PC games with crazy buttons or whatever. Or
I've never.
People
learned to
hold the controller differently. The professional Tetris players,
or people that do like, whatever.
Yeah. Special grips. Then there's like when you let your girlfriend
What about one of those
play.
ergonomic ones where your hands are like up?
Oh yeah.
I think I would actually like that.
Then there's like you let your girlfriend play and she pinches the top of the PlayStation joystick.
Oh.
And you're like, that looks familiar. And she's like moving it around like this.
Well, yeah. Okay. I thought I was gonna have to be upset with you, but I'm not. So
you accepted that you have old person camera controls?
No, the old person you said was because of the lagging, and I'm not lagging anymore. I'm back.
Okay.
I'm pro now.
It looked better today. Nerds. Speaking of which, Fred Meyer, you go there?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But this Fred Meyer doesn't have the electronics section.
No.
You remember that though?
Oh yeah.
Port Orchard or wherever, or even Walmart or something. But with Fred Meyer, at least the one, I don't remember. Was it like this in Port Orchard? There's the electronics section that like has like kind of its own door, like you have to has its own gate and everything you have to go through so people don't steal stuff, and they have their own check stands in there. These nerds in there, do you think they get forced in there for their knowledge or because they're so socially inept with any other position? Like they either need to be in the back of the house doing stocking or...
Yeah, maybe they want to work there?
Oh, I definitely think they want to work there. Like my local Fred Meyer guys. There's one like...
Like you knew Fred Meyer area.
My regular now. 176, represent. That's the Fred Meyer I go to. 176 and Meridian. Check me there. There almost every day.
Every day?
Yeah, I just like fresh. I don't like this. I don't buy a ton of stuff all at once. I like going to the store and getting stuff
near
for dinner.
How near to your house is it? How many minutes?
I think it's like 10.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
But you're going to have a child soon. You won't be doing that every day.
Right. Until I can take the child.
Yeah.
Do the...
This is what I'm saying.
Baby
have you seen
Bjorn.
that whole walkable cities thing and the 15-minute cities and stuff?
Yeah. I'm a fan.
I'm pro.
I'm a fan, but then I still want my yard. So then that's hard.
Yeah, probably right.
I still
Transit.
I still hate neighbors and stuff. So
that's going to be a problem.
It's one or the other. But like I like going into a city and then being able to go anywhere in the city walking.
That's why you need to be like that Saudi Arabia line one. You spread out from each other on the line, but you still just hop on
other
the
stuff
one
in
tram.
between. Yeah. There's non-housing in between. Yeah. There's another one that they're building, and not them, it's somewhere else, but it's not a line.
It's a big cube. I think I saw this.
I think, yeah.
Yeah. Or like,
So these nerds in my Fred Meyer, one is like 400-pound, 5'6" black guy who I talk about Nintendo Switches with.
Yeah.
And when they're going to go on sale, because I'm not going to buy one until it goes on sale. I'm hoping this Christmas it goes on sale.
This Christmas.
And then, because I always like walk through sometimes too and check the like sports card section, see if they got any fresh gear, which they usually don't.
Yeah.
But I look because I'm there every day. So why not?
Well, somebody's already probably been there at 7:01.
Right.
Snagged
Yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah. True.
They were having that problem at Target.
Yeah. Which I was just talking to Nate. I think that's going down now. That was like a COVID thing. And it's going down. Apparently the companies were like sending better cards in the little retail boxes because they knew there were less like shops open and stuff. People could get them at retail stores during COVID. Anyway, so there's that guy. There's the like 50-year-old ponytail guy.
Oh, yeah. There's always one of those guys.
Yeah. And then there's...
And he's in there because... Yeah, okay. So people who
really into like anime.
People who like video games are in there. People who like... people who are into whatever's over there. Anime, movies, sometimes
Computers.
just electronic, computers in general.
Yeah.
Then there's the people who don't get along with anybody else at the store.
Yeah, I feel like there's always like a girl in there that doesn't really fit the MO.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. One time I went to Jiffy Lube and this like pretty goth, like, I'm sure.
Big titty goth GF.
No,
you ever heard
no.
that stereotype?
No, not a BTGF. It was just, probably maybe STGF. I don't remember.
Standard? Oh, small.
Standard.
Yeah,
it was like
STG, that's like the oil company. Right?
This was like a, like a pretty goth girl.
Like, what age?
Maybe like 19.
Mm-hmm.
Working the cars.
Yeah.
Changing your oil. It was odd.
She was working, not just front desk.
No, yeah.
She was in there.
Yeah, she's probably
wrenches.
the one who didn't freaking clip my engine filter down all the way.
What?
But
what filter?
she looked good doing it.
What engine filter?
Of the car I was driving.
What? It's filtering the engine or what?
Air.
Oh, air filter?
Yeah.
It needs clipped?
She was checking it. I assume it was her.
Yeah.
And she didn't clip it back down. Clip
it down. I thought you were talking about like trimming it to a certain size.
No.
I was so confused.
She was opening it and then didn't close it again.
Yeah, she's trying to get you with the short sale on the air filter. Your cabin air filter's full of pine needles. I live in Washington.
We can replace this for $75 when you can go get one for $12.
Yeah, or you could just knock it against the trash can a few times and put it back in.
It was actually kind of dirty, actually, to be fair. But I didn't say she was doing it because she's a girl and 19 and goth. It was just like she was the one that was in there checking the top side. Somebody else was checking the bottom side. I've seen a couple
like TikTokers where it's like a welder chick who's like regular looking girl. They would not expect to be a professional welder.
I know.
Or something like that.
You misogynist.
I said not expecting. I didn't say not allowed.
You need to expand your mind.
Hey, I work in a men craft, forward craft, and there's like a big deal. Like just recently, not that long ago, a lady retired who was the first woman engineer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ever?
In
Amtrak history?
I don't know about Amtrak, but I think just train
Seattle?
engineer.
Train engineer.
Yeah.
That seems crazy.
It was a guy's world.
Wow. What about the Underground Railroad?
I think that was a black lady. What was her name?
I don't know.
I forget now. What was her name? Not Rosa Parks.
Not Sojourner Truth or whatever.
It wasn't? We're getting closer. Beyonce. I remember her, Harriet Tubman.
Harriet Tubman?
Yeah.
It's the one they want to put on the $20 bill?
Exactly, because that's how I remembered it, because it was between Beyonce and Harriet Tubman.
I was thinking it wasn't
But
her
that was
for
a
some
joke.
reason.
That was a joke that I saw, a meme. It was like, if we want a black lady on the 20, that
That's
made it
funny.
Beyonce. But Harriet Tubman.
For some reason, I was thinking it wasn't her.
Underground Railroad.
Sojourner Truth.
I saw one that said, women be lying all the time. I bet someone just asked Rosa Parks to scoot over.
Oh my gosh. Sojourner.
Yeah,
Dude,
what
what
was
a
that
name.
one? Sojourner. That sounds like something from Lord of the Rings. The name of a sword.
The name of a sword. That's what I was going to say. Okay,
And my
Sojourner
axe.
Truth, born Isabella Bombfree.
So it's not her real name? She's got a white name?
I mean, when you come with something as strong as Sojourner Truth, it doesn't matter. Whatever your old name was, that's fine.
Meta World Peace.
Exactly. She doesn't want her slave name.
Wait, was it her slave name? Isabella what?
Well, she was born in 1797, so you tell me.
Like maybe.
She was an American abolitionist of New York Dutch heritage. Wow.
Wow. Oh.
I don't think that was totally her heritage. And women's
So
rights
you're saying there's
activist.
some
She was
Dutch.
born into slavery in Swartakill,
Swarticle.
New York, but escaped with her infant daughter to freedom in 1826. After going to court to recover her son in 1828, she became the first black woman to win such a case against a white man. She gave herself the name.
Yeah.
Dang. Normally, I say don't give yourself a nickname,
I
but
think that's pretty popular these days with people giving themselves names.
she went so
and
hard.
genders.
It, you know,
So her dead name is Isabella.
don't dead name her. Oh, dang.
Wait, what'd she do besides
I don't know.
win
Let's
a
see.
case against white people?
She became.
Well, she was an abolitionist.
Yeah, gave a speech. Recruited black troops for the Union Army. She tried to get land grants for formerly enslaved people. Failed.
I've heard of that.
Continue to fight
Just
on behalf of
overall-
women and African Americans.
Overall,
Let's see.
abolitionist activist.
Yeah.
She wasn't shooting fools up like Harriet Tubman on the Underground Railroad.
I like the engineer Harriet Tubman.
Yeah.
Shit, wow.
Sojourner. Can we look that up? Because I feel like it's a word. Sojourned.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I forgot what it is.
Context clues. Why would she give herself the name Sojourner?
Exactly.
It's not ringing a bell with Sojourn?
I feel like Journey is in there somewhere.
Okay.
Don't stop. She didn't stop believing.
No, she did not.
Sojourner. She was a strong traveler.
She gave herself the name Sojourner Truth in 1843. In 1843, wow. So she was already 46. After she became
Midlife
convinced
crisis.
that God called her to leave the city and go into the countryside, testifying to the hope that was in her. Sojourner. Let's go to...
Do you think there was anyone in her life that was like, oh, Isabella's going through that midlife crisis. She wants us all to call her Sojourner.
menopause?
Yeah. Next thing you know, she's going to have a red Corvette.
She just had a freaking hot flash one day. Like, Sojourner. This is what I'm doing now. Wait, Sojourner?
Yeah. What does
And
it
then
mean?
it brought up truth.
Truth?
Sojourn.
And is that S-O-J or G?
J. No, you're right. The journey is in here. Sojourn.
Yeah.
A temporary stay. To stay for a place of time. Blah, 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 blah.
So she's
To stay
staying
for a time.
elsewhere. She stays other places.
But journey.
Sojourner.
Sojourner. Okay, Sojourn. This is weird how it's doing this. I don't need another ad.
Who's giving you ads? Dictionary.com?
Yes. But I got the ad-free version, but it was on Tammy's account.
You're on the app?
Yes, I have the app.
They don't give you ads on the website. They're on the sidebar.
I had the paid one time because I needed it offline. And I still kind of do. I need the dictionary and the thesaurus
Offline.
whenever I need it. And it's sometimes when you don't have signal
Yeah.
and you're not on Wi-Fi, you need to know.
Can you give an example of that?
Yeah, when I'm sending one of my 4-paragraph long texts to somebody, giving them life advice.
Okay, but why aren't you on some line? Why are you offline?
I'm doing the Seattle Underground tour. Sojourner.
Okay.
Anyways.
Nothing. Just Sojourn.
Anyways, I don't want to get too far into it.
Yeah.
I'm going to edit some of that out. But anyways, we need to edit the rest of this episode out. We're done. What a wide-ranging episode.
Was video games, nerds, drinks, food, and the Underground
Oh, yeah,
Railroad.
we didn't get into your Fred Meyer. That was just
I just was something I've been noticing
Short-
at the Fred Meyer nerd section.
Yeah, I think that's, I would say maybe not as common
And
at
why are
Target,
some of them
but
like so stereotypical?
I know. It's just like
And-
if you
but-
go into a GameStop or something, it's exactly the person
But the
you would expect
GameStop,
would be
the
there.
GameStop people are there usually like, hey, oh yeah, the Fred Meyer nerd section. They're like, oh, what can I help you find?
Oh, have you been in a GameStop lately?
No,
There's still like the teenager kind of,
yeah,
but
now there's
because
my
nerds-
age people.
exactly because nerds are fine now.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, I've seen that, and they know everything.
I saw that on the subreddit last week.
I know.
Follow my Discord. Speaking of following Discord, follow us on all your social medias except Discord, Instagram, YouTube, subscribe,
How about all social
Spotify,
medias? Yeah, those two.
Spotify, Instagram, YouTube, Apple.
Yeah, wherever you
Podcasts,
can get a podcast, you should be able to find
wherever
our
you
podcast.
pod. You think who even does podcasts on Spotify? Joe Rogan does, and call me daddy or whatever her name is.
Oh, she does?
Yeah, she's on
Freaking
Spotify.
Dax Shepard,
Dak Shepard.
armchair expert. They moved to Spotify.
Yep. So we also are on there with all those other
$100
bangers.
million. Yep, I got it.
Yep. So
Oh, I forgot to tell you. I got it.
like and subscribe to the Bad Brothers Podcast.